Alright, let's do this. Hello, people. Good mornings. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good. What? What's up, Steam Deck fans? Steam Deck tribe, Steam Deck nation, Steam Deck universe, Steam Deck world, Steam Deck legend, what's good? Steam Deck mod, what's happening? On the Steam Deck squad, what's up? Alright. Got a whole bunch of news for you guys. Alright, let's see. What's the first one? Alright, let's see what we got. We got HDR and color management patch for Steam Deck plus AMD GPUs on the review. So yeah, they've been busy. Got this article of Gaming on Linux. Says here developer Melissa Wen recently sent in patches to improve HDR colors and management on Linux for Steam Deck, potentially other AMD GPUs. The work is being done by Melissa Wen, Joshua Haston, collaboration with Harry Wentland. Exciting stuff. Eventually with this, we should see HDR fun on Linux with the likes of GameScope, RF requests, patches. It was also specifically mentioned that SteamOS 3.5 is aiming to have gamut mapping HDR, SDR, HDR on SDR, and much more. Says here, Joshua Ashton and Harry Wentland. It says, with the great collaboration of Harry Wentland, thanks, have been working on KMS Colors pipeline enhancement for Steam Deck SteamOS by exposing the large set of color caps available in AMD display. So far we've keep these priorities usage under AMD display config options Steam Deck. However, we are fine with having them fully available on the DC and HW generations. So yeah, these guys they are busy, man. With all these updates they're getting for the Steam Deck. So it says here, so far we keep these properties usage under AMD display config options. However, we find with them having full to other DC and HW generation. In the current proposal, we already checked access before exposing a color feature. We want to work with 3D LUT requisition detail to fit them with DC and 3 Plus families that supports them. Indeed, before moving to these config boundaries, we started working on open solution for any AMD HW. So yeah, even KDE is interested in the work too. So yeah, HDR color management support for the Steam Deck. Oh yeah, you guys are covered when it comes to news with the Steam Deck. All right, what else I got for you? Let's see what else I got. All right, what else I have here? Okay, got another article here from Gamers Rant. Steam Deck is just getting so much updates these days. A lot of updates. And remember, Jedi Survivor comes out. Today's the 25th. Jedi Survivor comes out on the 28th. It says Steam Deck uses Proton compatibility features. Proton compatibility can bypass several issues playing games. Yeah, wow. Here's how to activate it. Excuse me. Says here how to use Proton compatibility. Says switch the Steam Deck on. Switch the Steam Deck on. They are so slick. They always try to slide the switch up into the conversation whenever the Steam Deck is being mentioned. Switch the Steam Deck on. They should have been turn the Steam Deck on, but they said switch the Steam Deck on. Gamers Rant try to be slick. But anyway, select the desired game that may be having issues running. Don't start the game. Instead, select the cog wheel icon on the right side. And so go here. Highlight the select compatibility. In the new menu, highlight and select property options. This says on the screen, click the force the use of specific Steam Play compatibility tool. In the drop down menu, select the most recent version of Proton inside the guide, and the newest Proton 8.01 or Proton Experimental. Again, using Kingdom Deliverance as an example of a challenging game to run with high settings. It runs at a smoother 40 FPS on Steam Deck, with occasional dips to 35 in busy areas. Anyway, it says here, moreover, the Steam Deck can run Kingdom Come Deliverance with most highest settings games at 40 FPS. And anything else? That's it. Yeah. So it says here, it says here, the Proton compatibility tool helps games bypass several out-of-the-box compatibility problems. Moreover, it can help get the best out of graphical demanding games. The only issues where Proton won't help is the readability of text issues. It says here, some gamers develop with some games that are developed with large screens in mind. As a result, text can appear too small on the Steam Deck screen. To rectify the issue, press the Steam and L1 buttons to activate magnifier tool. Yeah, you Steam Deck fans are getting covered. All right, what else I got for you guys? Let's see here. What other news I have for you guys here? Let's see here. So we got the HDR. What else do we have here? Hey, you guys got news, man. I've seen a whole bunch of them. Let's see here. Okay, what's the other one? This is another one here. Oh yeah, a whole bunch. I seen something about Robloxs, and I seen there's so many articles here. So because I was looking at all of them last night. So they're okay. Come on, Steam Deck. Okay. Valve. Okay. So speaking. Okay, we got one from Mesa. Valve improving Mesa graphics driver on Linux for a secret game. Then it says in parentheses, update Jedi Survivor. Remember, Valve and EA was working together, so let's not forget that. Valve developer Pierre Luc Griffius mentioned on Twitter it for the upcoming Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Here's something interesting for you. Valve developers seem to be improving the Mesa graphics driver right now towards a secret game. First noticed by Phoronix developer Samuel Pitioset. Been working on improving in Mesa driver for RAD-V driver AMD Vulkan. This is the driver used by most for gaming on AMD Plus desktop, Linux, and also Steam Deck. It says here in the merger request from April 18th, one of the commit notes there was an improvement to depth only passed by plus 35% in one upcoming game. Another one for April 19 notes gives another performance improvement of around 10% in the game. Continuing then from April 20th, there's another, and when you read into the comments, Pitioset note it again that this upcoming secret game was pointed out by Sadly Bradley on Twitter. Says, initially I thought perhaps it was just going to be a preparation for Star Wars Jedi Survivor, and they just didn't want to name the game of a partner they were testing for because it's coming soon. However, it continues secrecy around it, and even saying it directly is a secret. Really though, keep your mouth quiet. It says here, definitely now has most curiosity. Says here, do we think this is a new game for Valve? It would make sense that Valve have their people working performance improvement, and I'm naming it because then the internet would go wild. Perhaps Left 4 Dead 3 that was spotted being in the Counter-Strike files. Perhaps Half-Life 3, yeah, like, then it says in parentheses, yeah, likely not, but I can dream. So, pure speculation, of course, and it may not be a Valve game at all. It really could actually just be a game they were testing for a third party, and we know Valve do get to do driver fixes and Proton fixes at times before a game release on Steam, so it's ready for a Steam Deck. Either way, it seems we'll eventually find out on this one. Well, Valve is working on a secret game. All right, we're gonna find out what it is, man. And saying it is a secret. and they were doing Mesa drivers update for Jedi Survivor. Wow. Yeah. April 28th, folks. All right. Now, what else I got for you? What else do I have for you guys here? I've seen something else here. There was something else. Let's see. What else we got? Let's see if I can get them all here. What else? Okay. Oh yeah. Speaking of which, Elden Rings. Elden Rings and Proton. I think was it Proton 8 is having an issue, so they're moving back to Proton 7 temporarily till they fix the issue. Then they're gonna move Elden Rings back to Proton 8. Let's see if I can get this here. Oh yeah, Steam Deck is just getting all kind of updates, man. We're at the end of April, so yeah, lots going on over at Valve, man. And Valve is working on a secret game and telling it is a secret. Like when I think it was I was watching Tiny Toons one time, and I think they were playing football, and then Buster Bunny was like, "It's time for our secret weapon," and then Plucky Duck was like, "What secret weapon?" And then I think Buster Bunny said something like, "Then it wouldn't be a secret now, would it?" So yeah, Valve is working on something, but we're gonna find out. Yeah, they say good things come to those who wait, so yeah, wait. Anyway, says here, Valve moves Elden Rings back to Proton 7 as it has issues with newer Protons. Certain games on Steam that you play across either Linux desktop or Steam Deck gets a specific version of Proton set for Valve. At the time, they don't quite work right like Elden Rings. In case Valve had set Proton Experimental to be the default to run Elden Rings, where did it work previously? However, they just recently upgraded Proton Experimental by basing it upon the newly released on Proton 8. With any new Proton version comes breakage, as the translation layer isn't quite perfected just yet, and in case the popular game is having issues with Proton upgrades. It says, as mentioned by Twitter, Valve developer Pierre-Luc Griffius, the launch issue with Elden Ring has been addressed by temporarily reverting game using Proton 7, while the Proton 8 update issue is being investigated. Restarting Steam will pick up the fix. So it says, so if you're forcing the compatibility option on Elden Rings, you might want to check out. You might want to uncheck it to pick up what Valve said, or change it yourself back to Proton 7 to have it work again. So Proton 8 is having an issue with Elden Rings, or Elden Rings is having an issue with Proton 8. So they revert back to 7, and what they're going to do is fix 8, and then move Elden Ring back to Proton 8. So yeah, you guys are covered, man. I got you covered. All right, now what else we got? See any more news here? There were so many of them I was looking at yesterday. Let's see what else we got. All right, what else we got? What else we got? Speak to me. Anyway, what else I got? Anyway, let's see. What else we have? Okay. Said says here, Linux and Steam Deck compatibility tool Luxtopeda gets upgrade in version 63. Luxtopeda is a very interesting project. It's compatibility layer like Proton, but designed to help you to run native Linux game engines for various Steam games. Says why? quite a number of games on Steam actually have more modern community-made engines that you can give all sort of quality enhancement. Luxtopeda allows you to easily download these and run them directly through Steam. Version 63 was released, and here's the main technical changes. Switch to using Steam Linux runtime Sniper for built engine. This newer tool for builds, which should make sure development easier. For example, being able to build Qt 5.15 and have GCC 10 available. The 100 plus engine have been rebuilt. Now that previous clients should still work on older soldiers, but any new updates will only happen to Sniper. If you run into any issues with the engine, please open a new issue in the package repo. Rust panics, if they occur, should now caught and display in Godot's user interface. Dreamer use Steam locate version 2 alpha bumps H2 from 0.3.15 to 0.3.17. Aside from that, there's been numerous of upgrades to various game engines. It offers up to help you get the most out of your gaming. You can use a full list of support titles here, along with notes to support status of each one, and quite a lot more. And that's it. So what he says, I previously did a guide on how it's used. While focus on the Steam Deck, the same applies to using it on Linux desktop. So you guys, man, you Steam Deck fans are getting what's that word here? Spoiled with updates and news, man. So you guys are covered, man. Jedi Survivor comes out. Today's the 25th, 26th, 27th, 28th. 3 more days, and you can join the Force or join the dark side. Pick one. Anyway, so you're best around here. But yeah, you guys are covered, man. What else? Okay, it says another thing. Robloxs intentionally blocking Linux with Wine in their new update. Intentionally. We'll see how long that lasts. It says here, it seems the days of using workarounds to play Roblox on Linux may be coming to an abrupt end. Within the upcoming launch of their new client, blocking Linux intentionally, this new client appears to be undergoing testing. Oh, that's what it is. It says user quickly noticed it wasn't working under the Wine compatibility layer on Linux. It seems the issue comes from from software for anti-cheat and anti-tamper that joined up officially with Roblox back in October 2022. In reply to the forum post, a staff member for Roblox mentioned it is intentionally blocking. That means it's only temporary. We'll see how long this lasts. He says, hello, Drewvelus. Unfortunately, the blocks intentionally with Windows 64 client launch were made with the conscious decision to block the use of Wine. We came to this decision due to a combination of security compatibility concern. As a Linux user, I am sure you understand the challenges of the Windows ecosystem. Wine is not officially supported, but we are committed to working towards compatibilities where possible. Unfortunately, I cannot provide a specific timeline for this. However, I assure you that it remains a priority for our teams. It says it seems it may not be forever. Going by what they said above and below, at this new 64-bit client is undergoing intense testing right now as they gather feedback, bugs, reports, and crash logs. In a follow-up post, another staff member mentioned, it says, thank you for your well-thought-out post. First and most importantly, we are not trying to punish the issue of Wine. Our Windows 64 client is in some regards quite different from the 32-bit client. We are currently gathering telemetry to analyze, hopefully to fix existing issues and preventing features once from popping up. Don't worry, they're working on it. Anyway, it says for this process to work, it is almost important to collect data from intent target operating system. You will find that we block the usage of VMs for a very same reason. I hope this clarifies some of the thought process behind the blocking of wine. As Mr. Eriker mentioned, wine remains a priority for our team, and we are currently not deaf to the voices of our community. And it says, as they seem to have no plans to block wine use at all with Roblox Studios. You might be wondering why they can't simply filter out unwanted wine results, since they obviously detected just fine. Another few posts from Roblox staff attempted to clear it up, as they mentioned their client will crash, compromise process intentionally, and since they're going through so many thousands of crashes logs, it would be quite a nuisance to add more to it. Sounds like it's complicated in many parts. If when they issues and updates that does allow wine players on Linux back in, I'll let you know. So yeah, you know, in the tech world, you know, gaming world, issues come up, so they try to address the issue right away. So since the Steam Deck came out, the Steam Deck has been getting updates. You know, problems do come up, and they try to address it. So when problems come up, you know, the name of the game is to be patient with these studios as they work out the issue that they're dealing with. You know, and, once they fix it, then you know things can get back to normal. But you know, the game industry always have its issues. So you know, the name of the game is patience. You know, and it seems like the Steam Deck, you know, all the developers that are making games for the Steam Decks, who has programs running on the Steam Deck, they're working around the clock, you know, to make sure whatever problems they're having, they will address it. You know, good thing Valve opened a line of communication, you know, with the users from day one. So the users now, they can send their feedbacks, and then Valve, you know, and all the developers that are working that has some development on the Steam Deck, whatever is hardware wise or software wise, you know, whatever problems come up, they'll try to address it. So the name of the game is be patient. Now Proton 8 is having an issue with Elden Rings, so they moved it back to Proton 7. So now they're working on Proton 8, and then the Rad V driver now they're working on Valve is working on a secret game they're not telling us. let's clear that out of the way. Whatever game that is, they'll tell us. But anyway, in the meantime, they said it's a secret, so you can't let it out, the news out so early. So we gotta wait on them. But other than that, the Mesa drivers and Rad V, they're getting updated. So for Jedi Survivor. Then on top of that, EA was working with Valve. So the Jedi Survivor comes out in 3 days, so on the 28th. So when that comes out, oh yeah, you know, it should work fine on the Steam Deck. Kingdom Come Deliverance does 40 FPS on the Steam Deck. That's pretty good, you know. So yeah, Steam Deck is moving. Then the Steam Deck is getting HDR and SDR support. Oh yeah, with colors. Steam Deck is just moving right along, man. Every developer that has a part to do with the Steam Deck, they are busy, man. They are busy, and they're taking feedbacks and feedbacks from everybody, and they're working on it. So yeah, I will keep you guys posted on anything that goes on with the Steam Deck. So keep you in the loop. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars and Star Trek fan. Dark side. Peace.